What's going on, guys? Ben, aka Sauce here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video. And if you're new around here, I upload mainly, to be honest, NFL content. This is my first ever NBA video, but don't click off because I'm not coming in here with no knowledge. I am a Milwaukee Bucks fan, as odd as it is to say, as you can see by my profile picture, it's me on Julio Jones, who just retired. Julio Jones, my favorite athlete ever, but my second favorite is Giannis. Um, I got into the NBA a little bit after the NFL, and the Hawks were god awful, and so were the Falcons. I didn't want to put myself through more torture, and Giannis was just becoming one of the better NBA players in the league, and I started rooting for the Bucks the season that Giannis won his Most Improved Player award. And so I'm not a total bandwagon. That's before we even had Eric Bledsoe and whatever. That's not the point of this video. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, I'll be talking about who will the Bucks be playing in the first round of the playoffs, and will they win? So let's get into it. So first things first, we right now, as of last night, we beat the Pelicans. We're sitting at the 5 seed, which I love. I want to finish as the 5 seed because we're not going to be able to get any higher than that. The Pacers have already pretty much claimed the 4 seed, and the Knicks have claimed the 3 seed. So we will not be able to jump up any more than the 5 seed, but we can drop down to the 6 seed. We were the 6 seed as of yesterday before the Pelicans game, and the Pistons and the Bucks have been flip flopping the fifth and sixth seed, and I I really, really, really want the 5th seed because A, we play the Pacers if we get the 4-5 matchup. But if we get the 6-3 matchup, we play the Knicks. And Jalen Brunson, also as of last night, is back. So that's the only thing that was stopping them. Another thing is that, of course, they added Carl Anthony Towns in the offseason, and they got OG Anunoby at the trade deadline last season, and they got Mikal Bridges. And they're still trying to put it all together. And that's the only thing, but they are a still there, a much better team than the Pacers. The Pacers, though, have also been playing phenomenal lately, and I do hate the Pacers. There is a rivalry here, and it's mainly because Tyrese Halliburton keeps doing the Dame time celly after they beat us. Little, but yeah, I'd rather play the Pacers than the Knicks. Also, in the second round, if we beat the Pacers, we play the Cavaliers. We play the 1-4 matchup, or it would be 1-5 in this case. Rather than if we beat the Knicks, we'd have to play the Celtics. And obviously, the Cavs are the 1 seed, they're the better record. I would still much rather play the Cavs than the Celtics in the second round. So let's talk about how we can claim the 5th seed permanently and not drop down to the 6th seed. So there are 4 games left in the season. We play the Timberwolves, which we might lose. We're projected to lose. And then we'll play the Pelicans again. Yeah, we're going to win that. And then our final 2 games, we play the Pistons back to back. Not back to back nights, but we play them twice in a row. And we have we played the same amount of games as the Pistons, and we have one more win, which equates to one less loss. So we have one more win, one less loss in the Pistons. And the Pistons also have 4 games left. They play the Knicks. Sorry, they play the Kings. I messed up the K's. They play the Kings, and then they play the Knicks, and then they play the Bucks twice, obviously, like I just said. So they'll probably beat the Kings, and then hopefully they'll lose to the Knicks, and then that would be very great. So if we're both 1-1 going into these final 2 games, the Bucks lose to the Timberwolves. We beat the Pelicans, and the Pistons, they lose to the Knicks and they beat the Kings, then the Bucks would have a 1 game advantage over the Pistons. And if we split, if we win one, then lose one, we get the fifth seed. If we win both, obviously we get the fifth seed. And if we lose both, we get the, well, we would have a tied record. And from that, it would go to head matchup. And if they beat us twice, then they would have the tiebreaker. So we're sitting pretty. And also, if we beat the Timberwolves, then we would clinch because even if we lose to them twice, we'd still have a better record. And that's if they lose to the Knicks or the Kings. Well, it'll probably be the Knicks. And if the Pistons lose to the Kings and the Knicks, and we beat the Pelicans and the freaking Timberwolves, then we clinch. And these final 2 games don't matter. Um, Talking about if we can win the first round series. Doc Rivers said they're optimistic about Damian Lillard. He didn't say they're optimistic for the playoffs, for the second round, for the NBA Finals, for the next game. Well, he said this after the game against the Heat, which was the game before the Pelicans game last night. So we still don't know where Damian Lillard is. Twitter doctors were saying, "Oh yeah, left vein thrombosis. He's out for the year." Like as soon as it came out, he's out for the year. But I don't know. They're saying they caught it early and he's on blood thinners right now, which I guess is a good sign. I'm not a doctor yet. Um, I'm actually in school, not to be a medical doctor. But I don't know about blood clots and lower extremities, so I don't know. But hopefully we can get back. If Dame is back for the playoffs, we'll have Giannis, Dame, Kuzma, who had a pretty good game um, last night, but overall he's been pretty stinky. He's kind of been playing out of position with sorry, with Dame out. So hopefully once we're back to full strength and we get Bobby Portis back now, who I'll get to, he can maybe not be as stinky. And then Bobby Portis's 25-game suspension for taking the wrong medication, which is so stupid. I cannot believe they suspended him. They gave him like 5 less games than Miles Bridges for beating up his girlfriend, which is great. And so we get Bobby P back next game, and Ryan Rollins has been playing great. He got his first career double double. He had 10 assists last night. KPJ, Kevin Porter Jr. I call him Evil Jordan because he also beat up his girlfriend, and it's like the Playboy Cardi song. Evil Jordan has been playing out of his mind. He's been great. We also have him next year. He is under contract next year, which is amazing. I love Evil Jordan as a player, not as a person. And of course, Giannis. He was out last night due to rest, and it was a close game against the Pelicans. But a win is a win, is a win, is a win, is a win. And Giannis is resting up for that Timberwolves game, which is a huge game. I'm already chalking it up as a loss, but if we win, we are sitting so pretty. But yeah, the Bucks really need to turn it up. People have been talking about Giannis leaving, which I guess I can talk about in a later video because this is getting back to the point of if we can win. I think we can beat the Pacers if Dame is playing. If not, I don't think we're gonna beat them because, like I said, they've been playing phenomenal lately, and we have not. Even when Dame was there, but now that Dame's gone and he might not be there, and if he is not there for the playoffs, then yeah, we're not gonna win, which is so unfortunate because this would be the second year with Dame and Giannis, and we haven't seen them in the playoffs together due to injuries. But if we do have Dame and Giannis, I think we beat the Pacers. The only thing is the Pacers are kind of our kryptonite because they're so young and athletic and they run the floor. And we have such old players. I don't know why we're not playing Andre Jackson more. He got 6 minutes last night with Giannis out, against the Pelicans. I don't get it. He's a great defender. Maybe his offense maybe his offense isn't that good, but he runs around the court. He's super athletic. He's super gritty. I think we should play him more. He was in the starting lineup earlier this year. Now he's almost getting DMPs, which is stupid. But yeah, I think we beat the Pacers, even though it's still going to be a dogfight if we have Dame. But then we play the Cavaliers, second best record in the league, best record in the East, and whew, they have been so good, especially since they got DeAndre Hunter at the trade deadline. Um, we don't have many guards to guard Donovan Mitchell. We would have to start Andre Jackson to guard Spida, and then also, they have Darius Garland. So Dame would have to guard Darius Garland. And Dame is not an awful defender. He has been pretty solid on the Bucks, but he is not equipped to guard Darius Garland. So that's going to be a tough matchup for him. And then, of course, they have Evan Mobley and Jaron Allen to stop Giannis, which I guess the better would be slow down Giannis because there's no stopping Giannis. And then DeAndre Hunter. Um, hopefully Kuzma can maybe do that because he got DeAndre Hunter for basically 2 second round picks, and we got Kuzma for AJ Johnson and Chris Middleton. So yeah, that's that. And then Bobby P, Brooke Lopez. Bobby P's really gonna have to put on his backpack. And then off the bench, they have Ty Jerome, but we have Evil Jordan. So that's going to be tough. I'm not going to say that we're going to win because we'd be the underdogs, and it's more likely that we lose than we win. But I think we have a chance. Better chance if we play the Celtics. And then if we get to the third round, we'd probably play the Celtics, but hopefully we don't. And then that would give us best chance of going to the finals. And then we'd probably play the Thunder because they're who I have coming out of the West. And then that's another thing. But we did beat the Thunder in the NBA Cup championship. So we have their number. And that totally means that we're going to win. So basically, what I'm saying with all this is that we are winning the championship. Thank you guys for watching, and go Bucks. Fear the deer.